morning, Year 11. I hope you're well and having a lovely day. For your do now, what I'd like you to do is group these different words for shows into the correct column. So first you need to copy out the table and then you put the words in the correct column. I'd like you to spend a couple of minutes doing that now, so please could you pause the video. Okay, so these are your answers. To show something less strongly, we have to suggest or to imply. To show something, to convey, to illustrate, to indicate, to express, and to communicate. To show something strongly, to highlight, to underline, to emphasize. To show something suddenly, to reveal. To show something again, to repeat, to reiterate, and to reinforce. So please do make sure you have this all written out with the headings and the words in the correct column. Okay, so your title for today is Using Precise Vocabulary, Alternatives for Show. One way to improve your critical style is to use more precise vocabulary. Today, we're going to look at the alternatives to the verb show, so that you can be more precise when analysing quotations and think exactly how strongly a writer is making a point. So we are now going to read a letter written by E.B. White, a famous American writer and critic. In March 1973, White received a letter from Mr. Nadau asking his opinion on what he saw as the bleak future of the human race. Your task: I would like you to read White's letter and find examples of where he is optimistic about the future. I'd like you to highlight the examples in different colours, depending on how optimistic they are. So I'd like you to have two different coloured highlighters, one colour for slightly optimistic and another colour for more optimistic or very optimistic. So pause the video for about 5 minutes to do that now. Okay, so please do go back through your answer and make sure you've highlighted the correct sections. So for slightly optimistic, the contagion may spread and the scene is not desolate. We probably harbour seeds of goodness that have lain for a long time, waiting to sprout when the conditions are right, and we can only hope that these same traits will enable him to claw his way out. In terms of optimistic, we've got, I shall get up Sunday morning and wind the clock as a contribution to order and steadfastness. Things can look dark, then a break shows in the clouds, and all is changed, sometimes rather suddenly. And this may be how you feel about lockdown. I know it is how I feel about lockdown. And then finally, hang on to your hat, hang on to your hope, and wind the clock for tomorrow is another day. Okay, so hopefully you've correctly identified slightly optimistic statements and optimistic statements. Like I said, if you didn't get them all, please do make sure you've categorised them, highlighted them in the correct colour. Now consider which words or structure devices make these phrases either slightly or fully optimistic. I'd like you to make notes about this now. So for your next task, do the following quotations imply, convey, or emphasize that the future of the human race is optimistic? Do they do this strongly or tentatively? Write out the statement number and your response to each. So I will read through them. As long as there is one upright man, as long as there is one compassionate woman, the contagion may spread and the scene is not desolate. So you're going to write the number one, no need to write out the quotation, though you can if you want, and you're going to say, does it imply, convey, or emphasize the future is optimistic, and does it do one of those options strongly or tentatively? Number two, things can look dark, then a break shows in the clouds and all is changed, sometimes rather suddenly. 3. But as people, we probably harbour seeds of goodness that have lain for a long time waiting to sprout when the conditions are right. And 4. Hang on to your hat, hang on to your hope, and wind the clock, for tomorrow is another day. Pause the video for about 5 minutes to do this now. Okay, so this is your final task. How does White use language and structure to present the future as optimistic? What I'd like you to do is annotate the extract, which is attached to class charts, with this question in mind. Use this time to plan your response. Remember, you should have at least one language point and one structure point for a 6-mark question. Once you're happy with your plan, what I'd like you to do is reread your work from yesterday's lesson to refresh your mind about what we talked about, and that should help you write your answer. When you write up your response, I would like you to time yourself and aim for 6 to 7 minutes. So please pause the video now in order to do that. Okay, and then finally your homework. What I'd like you to do is brain dump the alternatives for the word show in their different columns from memory. Then read through your work and make any corrections in a different colour. I would like you to do this 3 times over the course of the next week. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. So thank you very much for all your hard work, and really well done to all of those of you who uploaded yesterday. There were significantly more uploads than there were during the first lockdown, so that's really excellent. And as I mentioned, I don't know how you're going to be assessed. I don't know if the exams in March are going to go ahead or if there'll be some other form of assessment. All I know is that it's extremely wise for you to keep going on as if nothing has changed, doing all the work, uploading, and also really important, do ask me if there's anything at all that I can help you with, any guidance I can provide, any work you want me to check, because that's why I'm here, and I am here to help you. So don't forget that even though I'm not physically in the classroom with you, I am still here. You can email me at any point and let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Okay, so thank you once again, and I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow.